Previously, on my Pokemon Black Randomizer Nuzlocke, I was just about to walk into the grass and have my third encounter, although this will only be my second Pokemon, a Kangaskhan, which is a decently beefy Pokemon. Once again, unfortunately, there is no Mega Evolution in this game, so I can't get Mega Ampharos, I can't get Mega Kangaskhan, which is a real bummer. For those of you who don't know what Mega Evolution is, first of all, it came out after Black and White. I can't think of the game. I think it came out in Sun and Moon. Mega Evolution did, as far as I remember, where you could find a stone, or you'd be given special stones that correlated to a particular Pokemon that could be used in battle to transform it from its regular form into its ultimate form, or its Mega form, hence Mega Evolution, which would increase its stats, its speed, its attack, basically just make it better in every way with Mega Evolution. And I'm getting a little worried here because I don't want this Kangaskhan to knock me out with its Comet Punch. And it's being stubborn, breaking out of my Pokeballs, and I think that's the second Leer it's used against me, which makes me even more worried, because if it uses Comet Punch, it can hit anywhere between 2 and 5 times, and if it hits me 5 times, I'm dead. One, 2, 3. Let's go! Caught the Kangaskhan. My Ampharos was in yellow health. I was a little worried there for a minute. But I caught the Kangaskhan. It's a nice, tanky, beefy Pokemon. And I'm going to nickname my Kangaskhan here. But while I do this, I would just, for those of you who don't know the rules of a Nuzlocke, or what a Nuzlocke even is, basically it's Pokemon on hard mode. It's a set of self-imposed rules that players put on themselves to make the game more difficult and more challenging, because playing through Pokemon the regular way apparently isn't fun enough anymore. So I don't know when this started. It started probably 10, 12 years ago. At least as far as I remember, that's when I first heard of it. And basically what it is the rules differ from person to person, but the rules I'm using is whenever you enter a new route or a new area, you have to catch the first Pokemon you see, with the exception of if I run into a Pokemon I already have, like Ampharos or Kangaskhan, I can run away, I can defeat it, I can catch a different Pokemon. Or if I run into a Pokemon that's on the same evolutionary line, for example, Ampharos, the evolution before Ampharos is Flaffy, so if I run into a Flaffy or an Ampharos, I can run away or defeat it and catch a different Pokemon. But otherwise, I have to catch the first Pokemon I see. If I knock it out, or if I don't manage to catch it, then I forfeit the catch for that route or that area, and I just have to move on. Switch Mama Bear into first position here so I can train it up a little bit. I probably should have listed the rules of the Nuzlocke back in episode 1, but it completely slipped my mind, and I didn't think to do it until episode 2, so I'm doing it now so that everyone is on the same page as to what's going on. And here you'll see that I'm speeding up the footage so that I can get through grinding on Pokemon, so I can get my Kangaskhan up to a decent level, or a closer level to my Ampharos, because Ampharos is still like level 12 and Kangaskhan is only level 6 right now, so I have to go through this, I have to go in the tall grass, look for Pokemon, and just keep battling until I get to the level I want to get to, which I'm probably aiming for level 10. I feel like level 10 is a good level to reach. But it's... sometimes I'll just speed up the footage when I'm grinding for levels, and okay. I ran from the Shelgon there because I was afraid that if I fought it, it would have Dragon Rage, like the Kyurem had Dragon Rage back in episode 1. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go back and watch episode 1. But I ran into a wild Kyurem because everything is randomized, so I can run into a legendary whenever and wherever in wild areas and tall grass. So I took a risk here fighting a Shelgon. I assumed it didn't have Dragon Rage. It's probably not a safe assumption to make, but I managed to defeat it and get some good experience off of it. And again, the move Dragon Rage, when it hits, it does 40 damage automatically. It always does 40. Can't do less or more than 40. But right now, my Pokemon are low level, so 40 damage can either kill them outright or take them into red health, which is not good for me because, as I said in episode 1, I cannot heal in battles with wild Pokemon. I cannot use potions, I cannot use healing items to get rid of status ailments like paralysis or poison or anything like that. If I'm fighting a trainer and they use healing items, then I can also use healing items. But when I'm facing wild Pokemon, no, I'm not allowed to do that. So sometimes I take risks, sometimes I don't. It's 50-50 depending on what happens. Most of the time I tend to play it on the safe side, where if I get into yellow health or I get a status like poison that does damage every turn, then I'll either defeat the Pokemon I'm already fighting or run away, go back to the Pokemon Center and heal so that I don't accidentally lose a Pokemon. Now that was actually a unknown A, I think it was, and I think the unknown were introduced back in Johto. I could be remembering that wrong, but I remember in Heart Gold and Soul Silver that you could go to an area called the Ruins of Alph, and in these ruins the only Pokemon you could find were the unknown. And basically what they are, and there's another one, is it's the letters A to Z. Like, you can kind of tell what letter they're supposed to represent by their shape. And I'm pretty sure the only move they can learn is Hidden Power. You might be able to teach them something else with TMs, but I've never tried it. And the Hidden Power just depends on the unknown. It can change from like Hidden Power from being like a fire type move to a ground type move to psychic. It's all pretty much random with Hidden Power. There's a way to find out what it does, what Hidden Power your Pokemon has. Then again, maybe all the unknown do have the same Hidden Power and I just don't know because I've never really caught unknown or used unknown. And I'm not really a completionist type of player. I don't play Pokemon for the purpose of catching every single Pokemon, filling out the Pokédex, stuff like that. If I was, I'd be here for years, probably, because at this point in time, there's probably over 900 Pokemon in existence. Something like that, like 800, 900 different Pokemon over all the different games, from the first games, Red and Blue, to the most current games of Sword and Shield. And that's a lot of Pokemon, so I never bothered with trying to catch every single one I ran across. I only ever really caught ones that I thought were cool, or ones that I thought were strong, or a type I didn't have in my party yet to round out my team. And that's always a good idea, is to have different types of Pokemon on the team, so that, for example, usually when you fight gym leaders, in a normal game, the gym leaders will only ever have one type of Pokemon. Like, the first gym in this game, it actually changes based on which starter you took. So if you took the grass starter, then you have to face off against the fire gym leader. If you pick the water starter, you have to face off against the grass leader. And if you pick the fire starter, you have to face off against the water leader. Now, since it's randomized, I don't know which one I'm going to be fighting yet, but it doesn't really matter because they probably won't have the same type of Pokemon anyway. It's random, so they might. I doubt it, though. I doubt that if I end up fighting the grass leader that he'll have a grass Pokemon. But there's a chance. It's all up to random chance, so we'll see when we eventually get to it. Gotta get through... I think I'm on Route 2 right now. And I'm talking to all these people, these trainers, just to get some extra levels on my Kangaskhan, mostly. Just training up Mama Bear. Rich Girl Pansy. Yeah, also, if you didn't know, I explained back in episode 1 that not only are the Pokemon random, the starters, wild Pokemon, trainer Pokemon, that's all random, but trainer names and the roles of trainers, like Rich Girl Pansy, that's random. That's completely random. And sometimes you'll get funny combinations. Rich Girl Pansy kind of works. I think it's a little funny. But you'll probably at some point during this episode see a name that doesn't quite fit. Just running into wild Pokemon. At this point, I'll probably just run away from any wild Pokemon I encounter because Mama Bear's at level 11 and Sparky's at level 12. Fight this trainer here. But I'll run away from wild Pokemon probably because they're only like level 2, 3, or 4. Maybe level 5, and that's not really good to train on. This kid had a Slackoth. I missed his name. I wasn't paying attention to what his name was. I think it was Schoolboy something or other. Use Leer to lower defense. Slackoth used the move Yawn, which next turn I would be put to sleep if I didn't knock it out, which I did. I'd be put to sleep and I'd stay asleep from anywhere between 2 to 5 turns, I think. And there is an item called an Awakening that you can use to wake up your Pokemon. But again, I can't use that unless my opponent also uses a healing item similar to that. Getting some items over here. Potion and a Pokeball. Should be useful in the future. Oh, here comes Bianca. Or, I think her randomized name was Cristiano, which, Artist Cristiano, I'm pretty sure it was. Yep, there it is. And that's pretty funny to me. Artist Cristiano. It's just... doesn't really fit. She looks like an artist, but she's definitely not a Cristiano. And yeah, she's only got a level 6 here, so I'm just gonna Comet Punch and... okay, 2 hits, and it's got 1 health left. Comet Punch again. She uses a potion, so... if it somehow got me down to low health, I could also use a potion. And I only hit 2 times again. I think I explained before, but the way Comet Punch works is I can hit anywhere between 2 or 5 times. 2 is the minimum, so it's kind of annoying when I only get 2 hits in, when one more would have knocked out the Pokemon. Bring out Sparky here to fight against her Growlithe because I know it has Intimidate, and I am not a physical attacker. Sparky is a special attacker, so use Thunder Shock right off the bat to do decent damage. Yeah, it uses Bite, but barely does anything. We're 5 levels ahead, so I don't have to worry about it. I finish it off with a Tackle here. It goes down. Did she just call me a tough cookie? Also, if she was heading towards Striaton City, why did she go back the other direction? Was she chasing after me? What is it with people and chasing after me in this game? First it was my mother, which I can sort of understand that. She was bringing me my new shoes, which is really nice of her. But then Bianca chased after me, and technically we're supposed to be rivals. Like, me, Bianca, and Sharon are supposed to be rivals, but I don't really consider them the main rivals in this game. I consider N the main rival, and we'll run into him more than a couple times throughout the game. Going into the Dream Yard over here, this is a new area, so have to fight some trainers first. Rich Girl Wellington. Yeah, that name doesn't quite fit. I guess that could be her last name. Wellington could be last name, maybe. But it's just Rich Girl Wellington. But fighting a Gligar. Levels are getting a little bit closer to mine. Level 8 now. Use Leer to lower defense. And it uses Sand Attack, which is one of the most annoying moves in Pokemon, in my opinion, because it makes you miss a lot. It reduces your accuracy. Then it uses Poison Sting, and I get poisoned, because of course I do. And I take damage every turn, and I keep... Okay, Comet Punch hit that time, and knocked it out, thank goodness. But Sand Attack just... The only reason for it is it lowers your accuracy. Oh. Oh no. No, 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 no. Okay. What do I do? Crap. That's not good. Okay, Sparky, you are not hurt yet, so I'm going to... What do I do? Just go for Thunder Wave, get a paralysis on it. No! No, not Dragon Rage! Oh. 5 health. Okay, Thunder Shock, please. Oh my, that does so little damage. Okay, it's paralyzed, it can't move. But, okay, so paralysis, it has a chance that it won't act every time. But I don't think I can risk switching into Mama Bear, because if it attacks and it uses Dragon Rage, Mama Bear is dead, so... I'd tackle, I guess. It did more than Thunder Shock. Sparky! Why? Kyurem! Why is it always Kyurem? You're gonna pay for this. Come on, Mama Bear. Comet Punch. 1, 2, 3, 4! Let's go! Take that, Kyurem! Ah! I was poisoned. I was weak, but I defeated you. You will not use Dragon Rage on me this time. Or a second time, I guess. Why is it always Kyurem? Why does it have to be Kyurem? This game hates me. I've run into Kyurem twice. And each time it has killed one of my Pokemon. It's not fair just to have Dragon Rage. And now I have to go over here and release Sparky. Goodbye, Sparky. You were a great Pokemon. But unfortunately, Kyurem showed up again. At least you survived a Dragon Rage. But then Icy Wind took you out. Man, that sucks so much. I mean, I still have Mama Bear, I guess, but I was hoping that I could keep Ampharos through the whole game. Ampharos is one of my favorite Pokemon. Go fight some more trainers, because Lord knows I have to level up Mama Bear now. I have to get Mama Bear up to a decent level so I don't die again to another Kyurem with Dragon Rage or whatever else this game wants to throw at me. Well, there is a silver lining, I guess. With just one Pokemon, I can get it to a high level and basically sweep through the trainer Pokemon around here. What I usually do with Mama Bear is at the start of each battle I'll use Fake Out, which is a decent power move that always makes the opponent flinch so they can't act for a turn, which is really good. And then after that, use Bite, usually. And Bite also has a chance to flinch the enemy, so there's a chance to get a double flinch, or maybe even 3 in a row if I just keep using Bite. But this Zora is being annoying. I switched to Bite. I kept using Comet Punch, but it kept missing, so I just switched over to Bite, and there you see it flinched. But the reason I didn't use Bite right off the bat is because Zora is a Dark type, and Bite is also a Dark type move, so it's not very effective against Dark types, which is why I tried Comet Punch, but I missed. I think the accuracy on Comet Punch is 85 or something stupid like that. So it has a high chance of missing, like a 15% chance to miss. And I'm talking to this girl here who... Okay, so this girl in the normal game just hands over a Pokemon, which is the opposite. It's the advantage Pokemon over what you would have to face in the gym. Like, if you pick the grass starter, you would have to face the fire gym leader, and that girl would give you a water type Pokemon to fight against the fire gym leader. Her Pokemon is random now, so she said she wanted to give me a Wingull, which I don't want a Wingull right now. So what I'm gonna do is I could either A, take the Wingull, and that would be my Pokemon for the Dream Yard because it's in the same area, or I can wait. And earlier I saw that there was a tree that I could cut down in the Dream Yard. But I think I have to beat the first gym for that to get the HM cut. But have to fight Artist Jasmine here. Again. Looks like an artist, but Jasmine doesn't really fit the player model, does it? Again, start with Fake Out. Get some decent damage here in on the Leavanny. And here, Sharon is teaching us about held items. Like, the Lee Vanny just ate a berry and healed itself a little bit. And I got 2 flinches in a row there. I used Fake Out first, which made it flinch. It always makes it flinch. And then Bite made it flinch again. So I managed to finish it off. Then he sends out his Typhlosion, which is super scary. But it's level 8 and we're level 14, so I think I'm okay. Go for Bite. Yeah, okay. It uses Smoke Screen, which is another... You know, it reduces my accuracy. But I managed to hit another Bite and take it out, which is really good. I didn't want to have another sand attack thing going on where my accuracy is just down the toilet. That's the absolute worst thing that can happen to you in Pokemon, is when the enemy gets off like 6 sand attacks or 6 smoke screens, and you can just never hit them. Or the same thing with Double Team, or any other evasion boosting move. Double Team raises your Pokemon's evasiveness, so it lowers the chance that any given move will hit. So, for example, if Typhlosion could learn Double Team, it might be able to. And you also had Smoke Screen on it, and you used Smoke Screen 6 times, and then Double Team 6 times, nothing would ever hit you. Ever. It would just be impossible. Unless you had a move that always hit, and there are a couple of those. The first one that comes to mind is the move Aerial Ace. It is a flying type move, and it's decent power. I think it's like 60 power. And it always hits no matter what, no matter if your opponent used Sand Attack, Smoke Screen, or Double Team. Or I remember back in Pearl, Diamond, and Platinum that there's an area on the way to give the trinket to Cynthia's grandmother in, I think, Celestic Town. There's an area you had to go through that was super foggy and dense with fog. And whenever you fought a trainer or wild Pokemon in the fog, your accuracy was reduced greatly. There was like a static 20% chance that your attack would miss, or something crazy like that. In the game, you could get a HM, or a hidden move, called Defog, which would, you know, clear the fog out of a given area. So you wouldn't have to worry about it. But the bad thing about HMs is that once you learn them, you can't replace that move until you get to a certain point in the game. And usually it's not until later, like the later half of the game, you will run into a guy called the Move Deleter who can delete any move, including HMs, at which point you can delete it and replace it with something else. But to have a hidden move on one of your main Pokemon is not what you want to do. So normally what I do, and what I think I'm going to try to do in this game, is I will try to, even if I've caught my designated Pokemon for an area, like I go into a new area, I encounter a Pokemon, and I catch that Pokemon, that's my encounter. I might go back into the same area and catch a Pokemon just so that I can learn the hidden moves that I need to get through the game, because I know eventually I'm going to have to go through Victory Road, and usually Victory Road in the games you need like 3 or 4 or 5 hidden moves to get through. Like, you need Strength to move boulders around to solve puzzles. You need Waterfall or Surf to travel across bodies of water or up waterfalls, stuff like that. And I'm usually not gonna put hidden moves on my main Pokemon, whatever my team is at that point. Now, Surf is generally a pretty good move. It's probably one of the strongest water type moves in the game. So if I do end up getting a water type Pokemon, I will probably end up teaching it Surf anyway and just keep Surf on it because it's a good move. Waterfall is also decent. It's less power than Surf, but it has a chance to flinch. And this Krokorok is giving me trouble with more sand attacks. I was barely even paying attention. I was just kind of rambling on. And it also used a move called Torment, which means I can't use the same move twice in a row, and I just keep missing my attacks, so I have to go back and forth, finally hit with Comet Punch, and knock it out, thankfully. But you saw what happened there. It used Sand Attack 2, maybe 3 times, and I couldn't hit it. Paired with the other move it used, Torment, which it makes it so you can't use the same move twice in a row, even if you miss. So I had to switch between Comet Punch and Bite, and Comet Punch, as I said earlier, has just a terrible accuracy to begin with, so chances of hitting it were not high, and I missed it like 4 times. Got me down to half health, which was scary, but I took care of it. But yeah, usually you need a few hidden moves to get through Victory Road, and I'm going to try to find a Pokemon that can learn all of the hidden moves I need, so I don't have to fill up my team Pokemon with moves I'll only use once or twice to get through an area. I just think it's really annoying to have to teach members of my team those hidden moves, like forced to do it. But I'm in the gym here. This is the fire type guy, Chili, and they're all named after like seasonings, I think. We've got Chili is the fire type guy who turns into Wayne, apparently. The green guy is Cylan, which is short for cilantro, I'm pretty sure. And then the water guy was Cress, short for watercress. Leads with Dodrio, level 12. And we're level 16, so I feel pretty confident. Start with Fake Out. Do decent damage. Almost half, but not quite. Follow up with a Bite attack. Hope to get another flinch. It uses Rage, which does barely anything. Wayne uses a potion, so that means if it gets me down to low health, I could also use a potion. But I am faster, so I can just bite it twice in a row and it goes down. Get some decent experience, and he sends out his second and last Pokemon. Use Bite again, and we avoid the attack. Lucky for us. Get it down to yellow. It uses Wing Attack. Does a little bit of damage. And Bite it again to knock it out for the win. And we get a level off it too, level 17. And I think our attack is pretty high at this point. But there is another thing I have to worry about. I got the first gym badge, which is great. It means we can move on and go to the next area, to the second gym. But the Cylan here is going to tell us that Pokemon up to level 20 will follow directions without disobeying, but if it goes over level 20, then it might start just going to sleep or just ignoring me outright and just loaf around. I personally have never had a problem with that in the games. I tend not to overlevel the Pokemon that much to the point that they disobey me. And we got a Professor's Helper here, I'm pretty sure, to do something. She wants us to follow her up into this private room, which I don't know this lady, so I don't really know what's going on. Professor Juniper is a friend of yours? Oh yeah, sure. Stranger danger. Oh, okay, so she gives me the hidden move Cut, which will let us cut down the tree that we saw earlier in the Dream Yard and let us go into the Dream Yard proper and get an encounter there. Hopefully we'll be able to catch it. And then hopefully we'll have 2 Pokemon on our team instead of just 1 with Mama Bear. Now, I have a choice here. I can either teach Mama Bear Cut, or I can go into a different area and try to find a Pokemon that can learn Cut and teach Cut to that Pokemon. But here I'm teaching Mama Bear Workup, which increases attack and special attack. It's basically a buff move that I can use in battle, and it's going to be super helpful because it increases my attack and special attack. I got rid of Comet Punch there because I just didn't want it anymore, and I'm just going to cut ahead and see if I find anything. Okay, so unfortunately I didn't find anything, and that really just... it annoys me that I have to teach Mama Bear Cut because I'll have to wait to unlearn it, and I won't be able to unlearn it for a long time, but I get rid of Leer, teach it Cut, and fortunately Cut is a decently strong move. Accuracy I think is like 95, so it's okay. 5% chance to miss, but something that is good for us is that Cut is a normal type move, and since Kangaskhan is a normal type Pokemon, it has the same type attack bonus, or stab for short, which basically means that Cut does a small percentage of extra damage whenever I use it. So that's good for us. And also, I don't know if I went into this really in the last episode, but our Kangaskhan has the ability Scrappy, which makes it so that our normal type moves can hit ghost type Pokemon. And normally that doesn't happen. Normal and fighting type moves don't affect ghost type Pokemon, but with the ability, I can hit it with a Cut attack or some other normal type move that I learn in the future. And I do have a Bite attack, so if it comes down to it, I could just use that against ghost types because Dark is super effective against Ghost, but I have options. I can use normal types. Fighting Team Plasma here. These guys are the Team Rocket of this game. Cop Jasmine! Jasmine. Is that the same name that Sharon had? I don't remember. I think it was, but starts with a Lipard, level 10. We're level 17, so I feel pretty comfortable. Use Cut, and it survives with 1 health and uses Sand Attack. Why does this always happen? I don't understand it. Use Bite to finish it off. It was a Dark type as well, so Bite wasn't very effective, but it had 1 health, so it knocks it out. Pretty sure we have to fight the other Plasma Grunt. Yep, starting here right now. Let's see what you got. Cop Jimmy. A pair of cops fighting a small child. Or teenager, I guess, if I'm whatever age I'm supposed to be. Not to... yeah, we can just use Bite, and... yeah, it's dead. It was a Psychic type, and it wasn't very strong, so 1 shot was pretty much guaranteed there. Beat the Plasma Grunts. Have to talk to them for a little bit here. They keep trying to abuse this poor creature here, this poor Pokemon. And their boss shows up. Getsus actually shows up, and he's got this mirror image technique going on here, and I don't think that's ever explained, but maybe it is, I don't know. At some point in the future. I think they want to use that Pokemon, or they want to use it to get something called a Dream Mist, which would let them control people's minds or something like that. I don't really know. And this scientist lady wants a sample of it for some reason. Not for any nefarious means, but she just wanted it to study it. And I think she wants us... yeah, she goes over to check this thing. Dream Mist, to complete her research. She wants us to go back to her house. I don't know if I'm going to go back there. If it's required, I will. But I think that's about it for this video. I'm gonna run around here for a little bit, look for items around these ruins, but this video is already 40 minutes long, which is a heck of a lot longer than episode 1. But I just want to see what I can find here first. Found a rappel. And I'm probably gonna go in the grass over here to try and find a wild Pokemon. Find another item over here. Pokeball, that's nice. But let's see what our encounter is gonna be this time. Once again, I want to thank Wondershare Filmora. Guys, this really is a fantastic audio and video editing software. Without this software, I probably wouldn't even be able to make videos. They're not sponsoring me. I want to make that very clear. I am not making any money by doing this. It's just a really, really good software. User-friendly, free to use, but you can absolutely take the monthly or yearly plan. $9.99 and $59.99 respectively. Unfortunately, I can't afford it. But if you're looking to get started with making videos, songs, montages, a collab, whatever, I highly recommend using Wondershare Filmora. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.